Welcome to another episode of TUI Transfer Talk. So, Saints have landed in China for their pre-season tour, a 30-man squad travelling to the Far East. But there were two notable omissions, two big names not on that plane to China to the Far East. Guido Carrillo and Sofiane Boufal not with that travelling squad. Now, these two are the lasting legacies of the two previous managers. Now, the squad was announced with nothing being said, but this tells you everything. Everything you need to know about their future. Nothing needs to be said. You can tell what Mark Hughes is thinking. They're not on the plane. However, credit to Sofiane Boufal. Turned up for the first day of pre-season at Staplewood, but Guido Carrillo nowhere to be seen. So, Saints have been reported in the press over the last 24 hours that they are willing to listen to offers for both players. And it seems like at least one of them will be fast-tracked out of the club. Guido Carrillo could be departing and is ready to leave within 24 hours, some reports suggest. But no prizes to guess who he's reuniting with, where he's going. That's right, linked to return with Mauricio Pellegrino at Leganes over in Spain. Nick and I recorded our player reviews a few weeks ago now. Whatever was said on that day is now pretty much out of date because Saints made two signings in the space of a week. But here is what we said about Sofiane Boufal's future and the future of Guido Carrillo. Do let us know what you think of our comments on Carrillo and Boufal in the comments below.
You know, I didn't think Carrillo did badly when he came into the side. I mean, he certainly, at Burnley, he got on the end of the Josh Sims cross, which, to be fair, was overhit. And he ran to the end and he knocked it back. And who was there to smash it home? Gabbiadini. He created a goal at West Brom. But we judge players on goals. You know, we judge forwards on goals. But Carrillo, again, comes in the category of James Ward-Prowse did, where Mark Hughes has said, look, we've got a job to do here. I'm going to stick with the people who tried and trusted in doing it. So he left him out. But, you know, I don't think his time here is done, and you can't. People were writing Pella off after 3 appearances for Saints, so Carrillo maybe not done and dusted. So I think we lose one up front and we bring one in.
I think we should cut our losses with Carrillo. It was death by association. He was very much signed by Pellegrino. 10 appearances, only a contribution, whether two assists, 90 million.
But the problem you've got is you can't cut your ties with him. When you've got a player on a 4-year contract and being paid more than he's going to get elsewhere, you can't cut your ties with him. At best, you can get him out on loan. And people forget that. You know, again, goals, Carrillo, first goal at West Brom, I think, when we beat him in the league there. Carrillo, stabbed the ball, bottom corner, goal all the way there, keeper got a wondrous save. Jack Stevens headed in the corner. So from that had gone in, Carrillo could have been a lot different. His performances and what he gave the team, bearing in mind the team were in absolute shambles at the time, you know, and he was no worse than anyone else. You know, I don't think we can cut our losses because no one will pay him what we're paying.
Sofiane Boufal, excluded from Mark Hughes' squad towards the tail end. 30 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. You know, a wonderful goal. Amazing goal against West Brom. But he is an individual.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Boufal, as you say, he's a player that can score great goals. In fact, I don't think he scored anything other than great goals. He just didn't score enough of them. But he's a player like Tadic, who can create and can score. And again, he can hold, you know, in a decent side, we might well have seen more of Sofiane Boufal than we have done this season. Unfortunately, we've got 2 wide positions and we've got at least 4 players for them as it stands in Tadic, Boufal, Sims and Redmond. So I think we need 3 of them perhaps. So I think Boufal will be the player to go.
And he missed out on the Moroccan World Cup team as well because of his attitude towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Boufal's attitude was bad earlier in the season, but clearly he fell out with Hughes at the end. And I mean, you could look at that and say that's passion, but at the end of the day, he wasn't there. But I think what Hughes did in the final games is he he turned around and said, I might have a squad of 22, but I'm only going to use 14 players, 15 players. And he kept with the tried and trusted, and it kept us up. Now, if you're part of that 14, 15 players who he's picking from, Mark Hughes, you think Mark Hughes is the best manager in the world. If you're not, you think he's clueless. And I think that was the issue for Boufal. Boufal, it wasn't the time for a tippy-tappy player like Boufal, who might score you that winner but might not. As he went for the tried and trusted, who you know what you get, and then Boufal wasn't part of that, fell out with the manager, so didn't play. But shame, but I think unfortunately he's run his course at Saints and will go back to France. I don't think he had a lack of effort at any time he pulled on his shirt. It just wasn't suiting him.
Yeah, I think if you ask anybody, Boufal's probably the first name you say if you to sell this summer.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
So there you have it then. There is your latest roundup of some of the outgoings for Southampton over the last few days. I will update you when I know more about our rumours suggesting us trying to sign a couple of centre-backs, Marlon Santos and Yannick Vestergaard. But do let us know about our comments and our thoughts, and do let us know in the comments below about Boufal and Carrillo. Thanks for watching.